Hello everyone. Today we have a lesson called God Knows and Sees Everything. The purpose of the lesson today is to learn to be honest because God knows and sees everything. So we must keep God pleased with us because He is our Father who takes care of us. I want you all to listen to this story, which is called Grandmother's Gift. David always liked to play with his puppy Ricky. One day, while he was playing with him, he hit a gift on the table in the living room. His mother had told him several times that he was not allowed to play in the living room, and that gift was a gift to his grandmother. Now I am in trouble, David said to himself. When Mom comes home and finds out what happened, she will certainly punish me. Ricky started barking. David shouted, "Go away, Ricky. Leave me alone." Ricky slept under the sofa in the living room and David went to his room. His mom entered the house and saw the broken gift in the living room. She thought it was Ricky who did it because he was sleeping in the living room. She shouted, "Get out of here, Ricky. See what you have done." David heard his mom shouting and saw Ricky going out of the living room very sadly, not moving his tail. Ricky went to David and started barking as if to tell him, "David, you have broken that gift, not me, and you deserve that scolding." David became very confused. Should he tell the truth to his mom and get himself in trouble, or should he just let it go and leave the blame on Ricky? At this moment, the doorbell rang. Peter, David's older brother, entered the house. David saw Peter going to his room and opened his piggy bank and take all his money out. David asked him, "Why are you taking all your money? What are you going to buy?" Peter answered, "I am going to buy glass for a window." David asked, "Why?" Peter answered, "Because I broke Mrs. Smith's glass window while I was playing baseball with my friends." David asked, "Did Mrs. Smith ask you to buy it?" Peter answered, "No, she was not even there, but I felt that I should be honest and tell her." David asked, "If she does not know that you are the one who did it, why waste all your allowance on that?" Peter answered, "I do not want her to blame any innocent kid. Besides, don't forget that God sees and knows everything." Immediately, Peter went to buy the glass window. Peter's last words touched David's heart and taught him a lesson. David's conscience bothered him. Immediately, he went to his mother's room and burst into tears, saying, "I am the one who broke that gift, Mom. I bumped into the table while playing in the living room, and the gift fell and broke. It is not Ricky. I am the one to be blamed. I am sorry, Mom." His mom forgave him and thanked him for his honesty. So that is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I just want to talk about a few things that we can learn from it. So first of all, we saw that David used his dog to show his mom that he did not break it, but his dog did, which was actually a lie. So he was trying to hide something wrong that he did from his mom. So we can learn that this is wrong because God always sees what we're doing, so we should always be honest. Peter taught David an important lesson. Even if people do not see us, God does, so we must be honest. Also from this story, we can learn to set a good example for other people. For example, in the story, Peter was a good example for David, because when he showed David that he was honest to Mrs. Smith, it made David change his mind and go confess to his mom that he broke the gift and not the dog. From this story, we can learn that we must avoid any behavior which would cause our brothers and sisters to stumble or be offended. Our parents are always ready to forgive us if we tell the truth about doing something wrong and say that we are sorry. But we will be punished if we deny that we did something wrong, because no one saw us when we did it. So we should not blame others for our mistakes. The honorable thing to do when you make a mistake is to admit it and to apologize. Now I would like to tell you guys the memory verse for today's lesson. The verse is, "Be an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity." 1 Timothy 4:12. I'll say it one more time. Be an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity. 1 Timothy 4:12. Now I will give a quick explanation of this memory verse. We can see that as true Christians, we must be good in a lot of things, so that we can set a good example for others. The first thing the verse spoke about was in word, which means that we should be careful of what we say to others. The second is in conduct, which means that we should always watch how we act and make sure we are doing it in a Christian way. The third is in love, which means we should show love to others and be friendly with one another. The fourth is in spirit, and this one means that the Holy Spirit inside of us commands all that we do. The fifth is in faith, which means that we have true faith in Jesus Christ and we are ready to declare it no matter what happens. And the final thing we should do to set good examples is to be good in purity, which means that all of our thoughts and actions should be completely pure and clean. What do we learn from this lesson? Number 1, when we do or think about something, we must remember that God knows and sees everything. Everyone will be judged by God according to his or her deeds and actions. Number 2, remember that we must not displease God, as he loves us very much, and when we do bad things, we displease him. God sees everything. I encourage you all to listen to this lesson again and again until it sticks in your head. Also, it would be great if you could all try to memorize the verse we took from 1 Timothy 4:12. Thank you for listening.